Hey, welcome back. I'm TJ. Today we're talking about the T6 transmitter from OMPHobby. What it lacks in features and bells and whistles, it more than makes up for in beginner friendly and just ease of use. So the idea behind this transmitter is it works with our M1, our M2 helicopters, also the S720 and T720. And while it does work with the airplanes, most notably, a lot of people are buying this for, well, the M2 and the M1. And why are they doing it? Because it just works. You turn it on, you bind it up, all the switches, all the functions, everything's here. It actually even has battery telemetry with it. So the idea is you have an M1, you have an M2, you get this out, as long as it has the OMP protocol, which again, there's two different versions of the M1 out there right now. This only works with the OMP protocol version, so if you have that, this will work directly with it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a link in the description that will tell you what the difference is between the SFHSS and the OMP protocol version. Feel free to check that out after this video. But this video is literally just to go over what this transmitter has to offer, what the switches do, and how to actually use it. So I'll stop rambling and we'll get started. Alrighty, so if this is your first time with your T6 transmitter, it's really simple to get things bound up. I've got an M1 here that we're going to be testing with. So first things first, if it's your first time, if you're doing any kind of bench testing, it's always advised to remove your blades. The only reason the blades are still in this helicopter is I've done extensive testing leading up to this video. I know for a fact everything is perfectly fine with this helicopter and we're not worried about it with this. So in order to get it into bind mode, you have your helicopter out. This is the OMP protocol. Plug our battery in. There's a bind button right here close to this plug, and it says bind right beside the button. So we just hold it down. It will start flashing fast, just like that. We can set it aside. Both your power buttons, you have to hold those down. It'll initialize the transmitter. And our helicopter is now bound. So we'll set it off to the side just so we can do some function testing. First thing that I love about this T6 transmitter is down here at the bottom. This is our power meter for our helicopter. So this is literally telling us the power level of the battery of the helicopter that we're, well, bound to on the desk here. But as we're flying, this would actually drop and the transmitter would tell us, when the battery's low and when we should land. So very, very awesome feature. And then we have 4 switches across the top. Most notably, this one here. This is your throttle hold, throttle cut, safety switch, whatever you want to call it. If it's pulled towards you, that means the helicopter is turned off. In order to engage the helicopter, engage the blades, be able to fly it, has to be pushed away from you. So we're always going to leave it towards us for the purposes of this video because we're not going to fly it here in the studio. We'll jump over here on the other side. This top left one here. This is our idle up modes. So you have 3 flight modes. Pushed away from you is normal mode. That means your throttle kind of acts like, well, a throttle if you're flying a helicopter, or well, an airplane, a 4-channel helicopter, drones, anything like that. It is your typical 0 is off and landed. Blades are not spinning. As soon as you engage it, start going up, you're going to get more head speed, and then your blades are going to spin, and you're going to input positive pitch, and all of that sounds fancy, and it just means helicopter go up. And then you take it down, helicopter go down. That is only when the switch is pushed completely away from you. That is normal mode. Now, if we drop this switch into the center, that is idle up 1. What does that mean? That means when that goes in the center, if we engage our throttle cut, we turn the helicopter on, the blades are going to begin spinning. If we have this in the center, that's neutral pitch. That means the helicopter is not going up, it's not going down, it's going to sit on the ground, or it should sit on the ground, just spinning. And the blades are going to spin at 1 speed. There's a few other key little things there, like technically, yeah, the throttle can increase depending on, we're not getting into all that. This is literally just simple, down and dirty. So if you increase the throttle stick, the helicopter will go up. If you take it back to 0, then you have 0 pitch on your blades. The helicopter should, be going down at this point and land. If we go down below 50% throttle or collective, now the blades are actually pushing the helicopter down into the ground. So if we flip the helicopter over, inverted, now down pitch will actually raise the helicopter. So that's the whole point of collective pitch helicopter. So that's idle up 1, and then idle up 2, if we pull it towards us one more time, this is idle up 2. All it does is it increases the head speed. So the blades spin faster, giving you more authority over the collective. So if you go up, it's going to go up faster, mainly because the blades are spinning faster. So all the way away from us, normal mode, idle up 1, idle up 2. This switch here, what's it do? If it's all the way up, the stabilization feature of the helicopter is engaged, meaning it will not flip over. It will not flip, it holds itself level. If you push the stick to the left, it's going to go to the left. As soon as you let go, it's going to self-level the helicopter. Great for beginners, great for learning. However, it is a crutch. You know, if you learn fully how to fly in that mode with your stabilization turned on, you're not going to get any kind of collective control. You know, you can be in idle up 2 with this engaged, and now, you know, you're not going to go inverted. You're not flipping the helicopter at all. In order to turn that off, just pull it towards you. So this switch, yes, it's a 3-position switch. However, it only has 2 functions. So all the way up is stabilization engaged, and then either in the middle or all the way down, either one, it doesn't matter. It's going to turn off the gyro, well, turn off the stabilization feature and give you full control of the helicopter. Meaning, if we hold this left and we keep holding it, that helicopter is going to keep flipping to the left until it either hits the ground or you know, fix it. Whether you're flying it and you actually control it or whatever. If we let go of it, it's going to hold whatever orientation it has. Meaning, if this helicopter, if we're holding it to the left and we let go and it's already laying on its side, it's going to keep this until we correct for it and level it back out. So there's one more switch to talk about, and that one is right here on the right face of it. This is your dual rates and expos. So you have 3 different modes: up, middle, and down. So pushed away from you is low rates, and it means pretty much if you push the stick hard to the left, it's not going to be as responsive as high rates, which is all the way towards you. So now the helicopter is going to be more responsive, faster to react than if it's all the way up. So like I said, 3 levels of rates: high, medium, or rather low, medium, and high. So towards you is high rates, away from you is low rates. Towards you is stabilization off, away from you, stabilization on. Towards you is idle up 2, idle up 1, normal mode away from you. And so that kind of takes us back to, you know, I've heard Dan tell a lot of people that are, you know, quote, beginners, that if all the switches are away from you, that's the easiest way to fly the helicopter. And that is not wrong. Normal mode away, stabilization turned on, low rates. As you get better with the M1 and the M2, then you can start throwing in some things to change. You know, the first thing that honestly I would look at doing, turning the stabilization off. So even if you're in normal mode or idle up 1 or 2, however you want to do it, get that stabilization turned off. Leave it off, learn to control the helicopter yourself, and then you can start playing into like the idle up 1, get some collective dialed in, and then idle up 2. And that's really all there is to it. Nice, simple, easy to use, not many bells and whistles. However, with what it lacks in capability, it more than makes up for in ease of use and beginner friendly. And as always, guys, appreciate you watching. If you're not subscribed yet, definitely consider subscribing, clicking the button, pushing the notification bell to get notifications rolling in so you can see when we have videos go live, and you can give us some love. So comment, like the video if you learned something, and as always, catch you on the next one.